And I was like, and I can't even have my workout be as long as I want it to be. I'll give a micro example of a sacrifice that I've chosen to reverse, which is that I love training. I love working out. I've been doing it. It was my first love, first thing I ever liked, like really got obsessed with. And over probably the last, however many years, I still obviously trained. I was still, in shape, but my training was, sometimes 2 days a week, sometimes 3 days a week. It would be, 60 minutes, maybe 90 if I got lucky. And I had this realization, it was during this year, 2025, where I was like, I have all this fucking money and I can do whatever I want. And I was like, and I can't even have my workout be as long as I want it to be. And so I basically made a rule for myself that I will not work out if I am rushed. That's the deal. And so I will work out for as long as it takes to work out. And that's that. And so that means that if my workout takes 2 hours or takes 2.5 hours, or I'm with a friend and it takes 3 hours because we're just like talking between sets and having a great time, there are 3 things in this world that bring me joy. Working out with somebody that I like, eating food with somebody that I like, ideally after I worked out, and writing. The 3 things that bring me the most joy in life. And I was like, why am I sacrificing one of the only 3 things in this world that I know that I enjoy to get something that I hoped would buy me the freedom to work out as much as I wanted whenever I wanted? So what are the things that I put on the altar of the success? What are the things that I sacrificed for this God of achievement? And I was like, this one I'm not willing to sacrifice anymore. So I think part of the reason that has been a lifeboat for me, or a life raft, while this kind of worst season has happened, it's like I've put on 20 pounds of muscle so far this year because I've been able to I've been using that as a really wonderful outlet. And I was like, man, and I'm focusing more on this. Like my training partner every day, I'm like, dude, thank you for doing this with me. Like this is awesome. Like this is great. Like I won the day. Like if I did nothing else, I get to the end of the day and I'm like, I crushed this workout. And that's enough.
It's a big pivot, dude. And it's one that I think everybody that's driven by the sort of hatred of past self, whip yourself into submission, Puritan work ethic thing will inevitably come to realize after a time.